This topic reminds me of one of my courses at the master's level in the international communication. So we talk about the image, image and geopolitics. So when you talk about the representation in books, that is even the starting point because what you feed your mind with is actually what empowers you or breaks you or limits you. So the imagery that has been used for Africa as a whole, or for the black man as a whole, for a very long time now, has been a one that depicts poverty, one that depicts people who are not intelligent, one that depicts people who are not beautiful. You understand? That is why, if we look at what the media represents of the black man, it's always been, look at the UNO programs. When they want to talk about hunger, they look at black people. And they look at the Middle or some poor countries in the Middle East. When they want to talk about excellence, are you ever going to see a black child in front of the cover? No. And even when I look at some books here in Germany, the representation, they don't bring that strong mindset of a strong black person. They always bring someone, maybe they want to hyphen of their migration background, or they are not really having a strong lead character in the books. And I really like authors like you who are coming up to change the narrative, to change the narrative. And that's why the film, for example, um, how do you call this film again? This Wakanda film, Black Panther. It really make waves, and that's written by a white man because this person understood the power of the black man, the image of the black person, rebuilding the image of the black person. You understand? And Chadwick did a good work in that. And all the black actors, they did a good job in representing a strong black empire, you know, with its own technology. You know, this is just taking me back to ancient days, Egypt, the Malian Empire, all of these big empires that used to exist, the Songhai empires in Africa, how these kingdoms that used to exist. But the narratives have been changed. And this representation, like you are saying here, it's very important. On the one hand, about the self-awareness of the beauty and intelligence and competence of the black child and the black person. And secondly, of the identity of the black person as a person itself. I see a lot of children here, they are craving to have straight hair, they hate braids, they're craving to go towards, the things that they like Barbie, for example. There was no black Barbie for a very long time. There was no black doll that black children could identify. There were no black cartoon heroes that children could identify. We grew up watching Lucky Luke, watching everything from the West, you understand? And a bit of Asian cartoons that would represent black people. That's why when we saw things like Kimbo and Kita, we loved it because it was talking about our reality. You understand? Because there has not been such a strong representation of black characters over the years. And that's why I really appreciate and really love what you guys are doing. You know, I wanted to be a writer, but I don't think that was my calling. I can write, but I don't think that was my calling because I have a lot of things that I do. And one thing that I do is always encourage every black person to see themselves as the best, as strong, as empowered, as beautiful. You know, you're not in competition with other races, you're just in competition with your yesterday, you know. Because we go to when we were in Africa, for example, I used to tell people, you are very intelligent. We just have infrastructural we have structural damages. That's what it doesn't mean you're not intelligent. Because the child that goes to the library and reads and everything, when we come here, the excellence is seen. Without the comfort, we still excel. So we are naturally endowed with some I want to say supernatural grace, you know. Yes, because I've sat in many classes here and I don't really think Even while working, I don't really think that other races are important. Intelligence is something that is, I would say, is relative to the person. If you are studious, you are hardworking, then you can improve on your skill set. But they've always like made a narrative because our biggest problem has been that we have been fed and fed by ideas from the West, and we lose our identity. And once you lose your identity, that is very dangerous. You don't even know who you are.
It really affects the children a lot because the children have the kind of mindset. When you are a child, the first thing they teach you is colored. And this colored of a thing, it differentiates you from many things, and it teaches you a lot of things in life. And that is why they start from colors. The image you see today, when you look at how we blacks has been painted in this entire world, we have been painted as their color is white, our color is black. And this have been one of the major issue that is really affecting most of the black people. You find most of our people, they want to bleach their color to, not to be black, to look like a white person, even go for surgery by saying their nose is not really okay for them, it's too big. They want to have a pointed nose. All those things you see, those self hatred started from the images they used to see, the power of this, like just the topic you are talking about, the power from the image which we see always, and the way they coordinate all those things right from the beginning when civilization were coming up. This thing have really eaten deep into the black race. And I thank God today, many people begin to see those areas and begin to point them out for people to understand. Then you see, like what we are talking about today, whenever I come in the midst of people, whenever I raise this issue, like telling them how we are be misled somehow because of those kind of structure which they build down for us, the things we study in school and all those stuff. I come to understand even many people who claim to be very educated, they have no idea. This idea is never in their head. They don't even understand it. It's only a few people that understand this stuff. My major part, which I really want to talk about in this very topic, is the part of the names we bear. You know, Sometimes when you look at many generations today, especially in Europe, I was talking to somebody last Sunday and I asked the guy, "What is your name?" He said his name is John C. Paul. I was so shocked. I asked him, "Why John C. Paul?" He said, "Because his dad is Johnson, him is Paul. And for that reason," I said, "Do you know what you are doing to yourself?" I said, "But thank God you haven't married, but I want you to correct this very wrong thing you are doing." He said, "Like what?" I said, "Because these two names you are bearing, you already lost your identity. A time is coming, you will be looking for your identity like the you see the black Americans today, they spend a lot of thousands of dollars looking for DNA just to even know where they are coming from. I say, you now that know your father, your mother, your roots, now you are making a big mistake by selling out your identity. I say, why are you ashamed to bear your name? Why are you ashamed to answer a name as a black person? I say, have you seen any German person who answer the kind of name we answer like an Africans? I say, you are being known by your name. The Germans are being known by their names. The Italians are being known by their names. The Chinese being known by their names. It's only we, the Africa. Yes, let's say they colonize us and mislead us for the past. But right now we are claiming we are the Jay-Z generation. We understand a lot of things. We are wise and intelligent. Why can't we come into this understanding? Let this thing be taught in the school. Let it be made known in the churches. Let it be made known in every big organization that we supposed to bear our names, because your name is your identity. When you lost your name, you lost everything about you. I said, when we are giving birth to children, especially this our Western world, one thing many of us fail to understand, most of the children giving birth here, 99% of them are not coming back to Africa because they were born here, the system they have in their head is here. Unless we begin to build them, especially in the names we give to them, if we are able to give them the traditional names, that will be an arrow that will direct them to where they are coming from. Even when they refuse to come back, through that name, they can easily trace where they are coming from. You know, I believe what you are just doing now is something that every black people should try their best to begin to narrate to everyone, which wherever we find our place in our working place, wherever we find ourselves, those like you now, who is an author, who can write, we all should put more effort to make sure that this narrative is be announced to everyone to understand that we are making mistake. If we don't want to lost it all, like we have already lost a lot of things, we should try our possible best to make sure that we begin to answer our name. We begin to let the world to understand we are strong, we are beautiful, we are intelligent, we are not foolish, we are not poor. Because what you tell people is what they understand, and what you show to people, we need to show to them and let them know that this is who we are. But I thank God today, among of the black kids they are having their schools today, they are really doing well. But the parents, like what that my brother said just now, the parents have a lot to play in this very issue. They have a lot to place in their children's head because most of the parents they don't even understand. They want their children to be like the white children. They don't even want their children to have a relationship with black children. They want them to have, because their mindset is still there. They still look down on themselves. They still limit themselves. You see, many will come up online, be saying all sorts of things about the black race, and they are blacks. These things should come to an end. We should try our possible best. I know we can't be able to do them all, but the little we can do, like your platform now, we should use them, teaching people that names are so important. That is just the little I need to contribute on this topic. God bless you.